trying to find that E equals MC squared moment, right? We're trying to find the law of a human, which behavioral laws are pretty much like that. But we're talking about like everybody should be taught self-compassion is the kind of law we want to go at because we want something simple like that. E equals MC squared is an amazingly simple and powerful formula. But what if there aren't those simple laws for humans? Because um, we are all divergent. This is the thing, big realization I had growing up. It's like I thought I was the only one who was divergent and I just wanted to become normal. And then as I became a psychologist, I realized we were all divergent. And the normative conclusions just don't work the same way for everybody. Like everybody should learn mindfulness. Everybody should do mindfulness training. I see now there was a big trial with DBT and in schools. So they just took the package DBT and taught it to adolescents, and they did not find good effects because it's not because DBT isn't effective for a lot of people. It's because that one size fits all approach doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody needs distress tolerance and assertiveness training and all this stuff. So that is the big breakthrough, I think, with things like MindGrapher and PsychFlex is that they give you a way to start to customize, to kind of identify how people are divergent, different. Like this is such an important point. I wanted to even just say something like the end of normal idea that you've been going after is actually, I think, the kind of starting point for all of this. And people may not realize how big this is. And then I'll talk about the data, which is saying this is the case. But this, idea of neurodivergence and recognizing, for example, people who think differently. Like, what if everybody's divergent? Like we just categorize some people as divergent, some people that aren't. Like for example, if somebody is obsessed with their work and works 90 hours a week, lets their family kind of fall apart, that's considered normal. That's just normal. He's just a bit obsessed with his work. Or how about this? Somebody who's excessively focused on gaining power and steps over all the dead bodies to get there, or typical politician, that's considered normal behavior, whereas I consider that to be a type of divergence which is excessively focused on power and not enough connected to human contact and needs and things like that. So if we start off with everybody is divergent, and actually this is what the data is kind of saying, because the studies we're now doing looking at processes that you think would be good for everybody, like hurting connection, your connection with people. It's only really badly affecting some people's lives when they say they do that. It's not the most relevant process for other people. He's like, how is that even possible? Well, it's contextual, right? So if I'm hurting my relationships, maybe I'm in a context that is supportive and caring, or maybe when I think I've hurt my relationships, I do things to correct the problem. So in my context, maybe doing things like raising my voice or da 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 doesn't actually bring me sadness and depression because I do all kinds of other things. So this idea that there is no process that is going to be universally good for every single person. And what that means is that we now need to, if people are all divergent, if all people are divergent, then we need to be able to customize our interventions for each person. And I think clinicians do this a lot, but they maybe haven't had the best kind of feedback to know exactly how to do it. I think all clinicians want to do it and try to do it, but we as researchers need to do a much better job of getting them feedback about what it is that makes this person distinct and what's really driving their behavior.